Hello, everybody. My name is Andrew Boss, and I am a third-year teacher at Campbellsport High School in Campbellsport, Wisconsin. My experience includes teaching geometry predominantly, with a section of honors, along with a section of what we call concepts, which is our low-level geometry. And then I've also taught Algebra 2, Algebra 1. I've taught Algebra 1 as a full-year class for struggling math students. And I have taught geometry and Algebra 2 as a skinny class because we are mostly a block schedule school. So the skinnies were 45 minutes a day for the entire school year. So I have, in 3 short years, taught a lot of different classes. We are going back to the skinnies this next year, and I'll be adding Algebra 2 with the Algebra 1 skinny. So that's the plan for this next year. All right. So my history, I was originally born in Illinois, Rockford, Illinois to be exact. Went to East High School, was an ERAB. I graduated 7th in my class. Took a lot of math classes. Went to college, Northwestern College in Orange City, Iowa, where I started out majoring in biology for health professions. Decided I didn't like biology, so I switched to math teaching because I'd always been good at math, and that's worked out pretty well for me so far. I was at Northwestern. I met my wife, Destiny. We got married in 2010. And in 2011, my daughter, Alicia, was born, and she is now 5. And then the part that was not added on here was my son, Colin, who is now 2. Would have been born in 2014, May 16th. Okay, and I have a picture of him a little bit later. Okay, my family. I have an older brother and younger sister, 2 nephews and a niece. So in that picture there, in the middle is my wife and myself with the white vest on, and then our wedding party, including close friends and family and everything else. That is a picture of my daughter when she is significantly younger. She loved her sweets, and she had a good time eating them, and her grandmother and grandpa were always quick to oblige her with as many sweets as she was willing to eat. So she had a messy face very often, which was great. That is her a little bit more recently with one of the close friends that we have here. He got that wonderful motorcycle for his birthday, and Alicia enjoyed riding on the back of it. She had a great time. So moving on, there's a picture of my son, who, like I mentioned before, is now 2 years old. He is a little bruiser, and actually this is a picture from a very recent birthday party to which he had a very intimate encounter with a thorn bush, a rose bush, I should say. And so you can't see the evidence of that, but he got a little scratched up from that experience, but he's doing okay. Some hobbies. Number 1 is going to be, I love to play board games. I'm a big fan of board games. I play a lot of unique board games. This one being one of my favorites right now. It'd be great if I could get my wife to play, but sadly she is not too interested in it because of all the strategy and thinking involved. But if you are a big fan of strategy games and just thinking, and you like chess but want a unique take on it, you might want to look into a game like Summoner Wars. It is a lot of fun, and it's a good challenge no matter who you play with or what team you use. So I'm also a big fan of sports. I'm a 49ers fan. I would like to hope that Colin Kaepernick will still be the man of the future here, but we'll see. Blaine Gabbert seems to have a little edge on him right now. And then, of course, another old picture there with LeBron James in his Miami jersey, hoping that he can turn around these finals and get a win tonight against the Golden State Warriors. Last one I have here is just books in general. I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones, both the books and the show. The show's fantastic. Legend of Drizzt, which is another fantasy book there, and Hunger Games and some other ones as well. I could spend hours mentioning all the books that I've read and the different fantasy novels and everything else. Um, a lot of good books out there, so I enjoy reading them when I have the time. Lastly, here is my school that I work for, Campbellsport High School, as I mentioned before. Regarding technology, there's not a whole lot that we have going on. We have 4 shared computer labs for both the middle school and the high school, and each one has at most 25 working computers. And they're not the highest of quality, and they are booked most days. You have to book in advance when you want to use computers, so if at the last minute I decide it'd be really good to do an activity involving computers, it's pretty unlikely that I'll be able to do so. In the classroom, while we do have Wi-Fi, we aren't big fans of cell phone usage, just because it is such a big distractor, and our Wi-Fi can't handle a bunch of classrooms doing cell phones. So hopefully one day we'll get better Wi-Fi, but as it stands right now, it's just not a good situation. We have 2 laptop carts, but once again, they're lower quality. They don't have a lot of functionality to them. It's just not a great situation for technology. But for math in particular, we use things like Geometry Sketchpad, GeoGebra, Desmos. I know some of the other math teachers use a few other programs, things like that, Khan Academy. So we try to implement some different things when we have the opportunity, but as mentioned, there are limited opportunities for technology in our school. So we make do with what we have, and there's not much else we can do beyond that. For me personally, Geometry Sketchpad being my go-to, being that I teach geometry, I can't always rely on being able to have Sketchpad for my classes. So as we hopefully move to the future here, we're trying to improve our technology in our school, but once again, there are limited opportunities for that. Okay. So the last piece I have here is to show you guys the snippet tool. Okay. And there we go. And copy that. And we'll paste. That's there. Okay. So that's the snippet tool. I actually used that a lot 2 years ago when I was using that to copy worksheets from a book that we didn't own, but we had a copy to the textbook online. And I spent a lot of time snipping out different pieces for the worksheets. So I've had a bit of experience with that. Alright, so that's a bit about me and Campbellsport High School. So there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks.